The Cantigas de Santa Maria was written when the Moorish influence was happening in Spain, and there are over 400 of these cantigas. But there is one in particular called Non Sofre Santa Maria, which is cantiga number 159 in this series. The melody of this piece is very bouncy and simple and has a very repetitive figure in it. And the form of this piece is an expansion of the form AAB with a refrain that appears twice in the selection. Now, this piece could be either accompanied or it could have instruments playing along with it. Now, the recording that I listened to had people singing the melody, and there was a percussion-like instrument, and then there was a flute, possibly, that was playing the exact same thing as the melody. In other words, it had the exact same pitches as the melody that was being sung. Now, compared with other pieces in this class, it's obviously part of the medieval times, aside from Renaissance and Baroque pieces. And it does share a little bit of the same ternary form, so to speak, of a couple of Renaissance pieces, but it doesn't really share a lot of the same form as Baroque pieces. An example of a Baroque piece would be Antonio Vivaldi's Concerto in A minor that has a very ritornello form, which is probably strictly binary, and it has very repetitive moments in the first movement, which would be a musical example of the canon influence of the piece. And in Non Sofre Santa Maria, the form and the melody could be a little bit of a part of the Western canon influence, so to speak. And a lot of the pieces that we covered in class had Western canon influence, but there were others that were free of the Western canon influence. But every piece that we've learned in this class is very unique, but the Cantigas de Santa Maria is very special to me because it was it was written during the Moorish influence, and it also has a lot of sort of, probably texture, so to speak, and it's very influential for every musical historian that's going to learn a lot about music history.